Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I just briefly wanted to comment on the little I am back speech from President Donald Trump, where he said, don't let it dominate you, don't be afraid of it. I think this is a very strong statement, and I have to say, I could have written that. It is exactly what I am saying all the time. He didn't go into any conspiracy stuff. He didn't deny any of the science. He doesn't do that. He didn't say, oh, it doesn't exist, it's just a hoax. He didn't say that. That would be very unwise during campaign. I mean, but what he said is, look, yeah, of course it's out there. Of course, when you work, when you have a mission, when you have a job to do, you need to take risks. Masks or no masks, it is a risk. And you might get infected with it. Yes, of course. But one shouldn't be too afraid of that. And there are all these Karens and all these hypersensitive, super scared women. Mostly it's women, yeah. I mean, this is natural. They are afraid of all sorts of things. They're afraid of little spiders. I mean, not all of them, but it's a tendency, it's a trend, right? Women are more afraid of everything, basically, yeah. So, of course, they are targeted by the media academic industrial complex, one might say, and they are banking on the fact that women always are afraid of these things. And they're hyping up this fear, this paranoia from a virus, from a pathogen. And yes, it's real and it does kill some people, just like the normal flu, the annual flu, the influenza virus would also do. And it's about the same people. Very, very old, pre existing conditions, weakened, It's the same story. And we haven't reacted like that to any influenza. I say it over and over again. And I think this is, politically speaking, from a PR standpoint, it's a very, very good little speech. It's a very good statement because, I mean, I don't really want to say it's like Jesus, yeah, or like the angels or something, in the Bible when they said "Don't be afraid" or something. But it doesn't necessarily have Christian or religious undertones, but it is a strong message to say, don't be afraid. I mean, that's a very positive message, right? Don't let this get in the way. Don't let it dominate your life. I think that's a very, very wholesome, very good message. And as a scientist, from a scientific point of view, yes, he's absolutely correct. Because when you look at the numbers, and this is what I've always done, this is what I've always said on my channel. Look at the official numbers, yeah? And the beauty is you don't have to doubt the official numbers in order to make your case that these measures are nonsense. They are bogus. And by the way, when you fill the aisles in the supermarket, right? When you are working at the cashier at a supermarket, when you are a waiter in a restaurant, when you are working as a nurse, as a doctor, what have you, when you're working anywhere in an office now, you also take a risk. And this mask and the social distancing, yeah, it helps, of course. It's a good idea. Also, I mean, I'm in Japan right now. The Japanese are wearing these masks in flu season always because it does help a little bit, yeah. But nobody would think, oh, I wear a mask, so I'm absolutely protected now. Yeah, all these people take risks. So to say that the president was not careful enough or something, it doesn't make any sense because millions of people are going out, billions actually, to go to work right now, and they're doing their job because they want to put food on the table or they think they have to, or yeah, they go to work and they take a risk. Whenever you walk by someone in the street, you take a risk. So, but should that keep us from doing that? Should we just stay at home all now for 5 years? It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So I just wanted to comment on that and say I think it's a very good message, both scientifically speaking. It is a reasonable interpretation of the official data that we have on this, and it is a good response, a measured response, not an overreaction and also not an underreaction. I think it's great, and especially from a campaigning PR standpoint, it's an excellent message because it's a message of reassuring the people, giving them, yeah, maybe courage is too strong, but some positive attitude towards this. Yeah, and there is never 100% security. And the funny thing is that when in Europe really bad things happened and they continue to happen, and oh, this is just part and parcel of living in a big city or something like that. Yeah, not in Osaka, not in Tokyo, but I think you know what I mean by now, right? And when all these horrible things happened, and it happened because our leaders did not take the measures that the right wing, the conservative people told them to. We were warning about this for years and years, and our leaders said, nah, it's not necessary. Then, boom, 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 it happened in all the major cities in Europe. Tons of victims. And what did they say? Well, there is never complete security. You always have some kind of risk, right? But with this little thing, with this, basically, it's as dangerous as an average flu. With this thing, now we want complete 100%, doesn't matter what the cost, security, and sacrifice our economy and our liberty for it. Crazy. So I think great message from the president. I couldn't have said it any better. Probably I would have said it worse because I stutter and I'm a German. So, but yeah, I think excellent message, and I'm glad that he feels better for now. And I hope that this will, you know, that he will fully recover, or that it is really that he's, over it. I really hope so, and I think that will help him for the campaign. That will help him to defend the presidency. I don't know if you say it like this, but to win the election, basically. I think this is a really positive um, um, bit of momentum that he can gain from that right now, I guess. And he said, I think it was great when he said, as a leader, as anybody who is a leader, you have to do this. You have to do the job, and even though it is risky, and in some cases, and here he cannot just hide in his basement or something, right? He has to do the job. So, and he can now do what he did in the past, like put out this image of himself that he has a very robust constitution, that he basically never gets sick, and that he's, even for his high age, 74, right? He's still very healthy, very robust, very strong. Even, yeah, I mean, maybe not fit, he's not athletic or something, but at least he is strong and enduring in that sense, that he does the job and he doesn't get sick. He's not a frail old man. And this is the image that he was cultivating for a long time. And I think with this thing now, he can even build on that. He can even take it even further. Maybe to comical proportions, as if he ever had a problem with that, right? But yeah, I think he can totally do that, and it will probably help him with the winning over American people, or yeah. And I think, once again, what he should do now is not downplay it. Always, whenever he talks about it, say, hey, look, I know it's serious, I know it is a real risk, but and this was so great what he did there. He didn't deny anything. He said, yes, it's serious, yes, it's a risk, but we can't allow it to get in the way of what we want to achieve. I find this excellent, and I just wanted to say that briefly. All right, let me know down below what you think about that, if you have any comments on that, or if there was something in that speech I have missed. I only saw it on Japanese TV, I have to admit, and maybe they cut out some scenes, and I watched some snippets on YouTube, and I'm not sure that I got the whole story. Let me know down below. Servus, Kameraden.